back to Worley Family Homestead. It's Saturday morning, a little bit early this morning. We're gonna get on up this morning. We got to go get some cow feed, chicken feed, get stocked back up again at the store. So we're gonna head out this morning. Cows are already out eating breakfast this morning. So let's run and get the truck out of the barn, get it fueled up, get ready to go, and go and get some feed and get on back. We had a lot of rain yesterday. I want to try to get the feed this morning before it starts raining again. I don't know if it's gonna come back again today, but had a lot of rain yesterday afternoon when I was coming home from work. Just kind of wanted to get it done before the rain comes so I don't have to cover the feed up coming back. But let's check the old rain gauge this morning and see how much we did get yesterday. We got about, let's see here, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Looks like about 1 inch and 7/10 of rain yesterday, and it fell pretty quick. It didn't take long for that to get that much rain here. So I'm gonna try to get that done. You can see it's real cloudy again today. I want to go ahead and get this feed from the store before we get back, and before it starts raining, go ahead and get that done. With all the rain we had yesterday, kind of gives me a good chance to see how the cow barn worked when we redid it and got it a little bit drier. You can kind of see the alleyway. It's pretty dry. Old Buck's in there this morning, so his stall's pretty dry. Looks pretty good in there. So I'm gonna let that settle down a few more days. May come back with another load, just kind of top it off a little bit and see how it goes. It's like somebody's turned over my mineral bucket this morning, so we'll get that fixed back up. And, all right, well, let's get the truck out of the barn, get it fueled up, and head to the feed store. Before we run to the feed store this morning, I don't want to forget. We're gonna get something out for supper tonight. So let's go there to the freezer, see if we can find something good to eat for tonight. All right. What am I looking for? Oh, there's what I'm looking for. All right. That's gonna be good. All right. All right, we'll let them stay there for just a few minutes. This afternoon we'll take them out, let them finish thawing out, and we're gonna have supper. All right, let's go. Come on. Get in your seat. Out cutting okra this morning, but the plants are getting so tall, I think we're gonna have to get us a ladder so we can reach them. Because the okra's growing up at the very tip top now, so it's getting to be, I don't know, it's probably, I bet it's over 6 feet tall now. Come on, Emma. Girls. There's one in the stall there too. Come on. No, we're going back here. Outside to eat today. Elmo, come around the gate like you're supposed to. Come on. You too, Betsy. Come on. Daisy, turn around here. Come the other way. Daisy, you got to come this way. You have the hardest time figuring out how to get in this pen. Come on up. Yep. B10 is Molly. B45 is Betsy. Elmo, and no tag is Daisy. So there they are. What's he doing? Oh, you ain't scared of him, are you? Oh, I can see him. I don't know if they can see him or not, but I don't know what he's doing here either. Huh. Maybe he's got rabies. He's going pecky. I don't know. I ain't never seen one sit there like that before, though. He ain't hurt, is he? Are you hungry too? You want something to eat? I think he's hurt too. He's kind of limping a little bit. Well, just I don't know. Car may hit him or something. I don't know. I don't know what to do for him though. He can stay right here until he heals up some if he wants to.
That's what I was like. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I wanted to come up that close like that. I wonder if he's that one that's been on the square pen back there so long. I said one time before that if I got good service or good piece of equipment, I was going to tell you about it. So I want to tell you about the good service we got here last week. Me and Kim is in the process of trying to build a new house. So we've been going around looking at different places about getting construction loans, mortgages, that kind of thing. So we got a place here in Smithfield called AgCarolina Farm Credit. So since we got the Homestead here, we decided to stop by and see if they could help us out. Stopped by, talked to the agent there, the loan officer, and kind of told him what we were looking to do, and he said, yeah, we can help you do that. Just get your plans together and come back and let us know what you need. So while we were there, we said, well, hey, I got a truck financed at another bank. I got my tractor and some equipment financed at another bank. I said, can we combine those two payments together through AgCarolina Farm Credit? And he said, well, let me see what you got. So we went over the information. He looked at it and said, yeah, we can approve you on that. So we filled all the paperwork out, got everything together. Everything went smooth. We got the payoff amounts for the tractor and for the truck from the different banks. They mailed the check to the place that held the loan on the tractor because it was out of state. But they actually gave me and Kim the check for the truck because it was at a local bank here in town. So I get the check. It's signed over to me and Kim and to the other bank. So me and Kim have to endorse the check. So I go to the bank on my lunch hour, drop the check off at the bank, go through the pay window or the teller window, and got it through the bank. So we get a letter in the mail a few days later from that bank that had the loan on the truck. Said, hey, your account's been paid in full. You've paid about $10 over, so we're going to mail you a check back for $10 and some change. So, hey, great, that's good. So about 3 days after that, we'll get another letter in the mail saying, hey, the check that you submitted is, what do they call it? Insufficient. They said that the check that we had deposited from Ag Credit was insufficient. And it had a number on there that you can call and ask questions. So Kim got on the phone, called people and said, hey, what's the deal with this check being insufficient? And the only thing they could tell us was that they received the check, it was insufficient, and so we still owe payment to them on this truck. Well, then they kept looking. They said, well, never mind. It looks like the payment had been resubmitted and everything's good to go. We're going to make a check for $10 and some change. Everything's good. The account's been paid. So we thought everything was okay. So beginning of this month, I made a payment for the truck and the tractor to AgCarolina Farm Credit for the payment, like I'm supposed to. I like to take a look at my bank account every so often. So when I got online and looked at my bank account, I also noticed that the bank who held the loan before Ag Credit got it had also taken out another payment for this month. So this month I paid 2 payments on the same truck to 2 different banks. So we'll get back on the phone again. Call the people back at the other lending company that we had the money from to begin with. Said, hey, what's the deal? We had a truck, paid it off, got our letter confirming it, got this crazy letter saying the check was insufficient. They said everything was okay, but now y'all have drawn out another payment of my truck, and I've already paid the other company the payment this month I'm supposed to pay them. Well, they couldn't really explain what the deal was. So all they could tell us was the check was insufficient. It looks like the account, when they received the check, there was no account to put it towards, so they were kind of giving us the runaround. So the next morning, we called our loan officer from AgCarolina Farm Credit, told him what was going on. He was more than helpful. He said, whatever I need to do, let me call my people, see what we need to do on our end. So, go through that day, trying to get it worked out, couldn't get anything done. So the next day, I took off a day of work. At 9 o'clock that morning, I was at the other bank's front door when they unlocked the door. I walk in, I've got all my letters that they'd sent me in the mail earlier saying one time that the loan had been paid off, then again it hadn't, now they've taken out a payment. I also kept my receipt when I gave them the check the first time, so I had a receipt showing that they did receive the check. Well, that lady was just as confused as we were, so she calls that same number, and they give her a little bit more information. They tell her that the check, when they received it, had a torn place on the bottom of the check, and there was one number that they couldn't make out. So they actually had a scanned copy of the check and emailed it to the lady while I was sitting there. And I'm not saying anything bad about the folks, but I could read the number. The lady at the other lending agency could see the number, and she's like, well, I don't know why they didn't accept this check. So their policy is, if they can't make out what's on that check, they shred it. So that check from AgCarolina Farm Credit was destroyed. I called the loan officer back at AgCarolina, tell him what the situation is. He says, no problem, we're going to write you another check and try it again. So he did. So the next day he called me, says, hey, I got your check ready. I said, that's great, I'm at work, I can't go get it right now. But Kim was off that day, she was at home. And this is how way out above and beyond he did for us. He said, well, I've got to go down y'all's way in a little bit. I'll take the check and the paperwork, carry it to your house, let Kim sign it. And he did. And so then Kim came back to town where I was working at, and the loan officer followed her back to town where I was working, let me sign the check and the paperwork I need to sign, gave us the check. So then Kim goes back to the other bank and submits the check again. And so far so good, we hadn't heard anything back from it. But the lady at the bank did tell me that since all this had happened, that they would refund my payment that they had taken out, because it was a pretty good sized payment. And they would backdate since what happened, and I would get that money back. But they said it may be about 2 weeks before you get your money back. But at least I'm getting it back, so they say. But anyway, I just want to say, if y'all have an AgCarolina Farm Credit wherever you live at, and you need anything, you have a small farm, go see them. The interest rates, I couldn't beat them. They're the nicest people I've ever dealt with in a long time. And like I say, the loan officer we have, he went way beyond what he had to do to get us fixed in a situation that was not even anywhere near his fault or AgCarolina's fault. It was all on the other lending agency. But that's just how far they went for us to help us get this done. And I can't say thank you enough to them. And they're not sponsoring us in any way, but they are helping us out with this loan on the tractor and the truck, which has helped us out a lot. Also, when we start building the house, we're going to go back to see them again and do business with them again. So just want to throw that in real quick. This was the branch here in Smithfield in North Carolina. So anywhere you are that you have an AgCarolina Farm Credit, I'm not sure how far out they are, but if you need anything, I'd recommend them highly to go take a look at them and check them out. All right. Now, be ready to eat in a few minutes. Oh yeah. Won't be long now. All right, supper's ready. Steak, salad. Got some hard-boiled eggs cut up in that salad with some pepperoni and some cheese. Gonna put a little dressing on it. And after I eat all this, I'll probably have to go to bed.